Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. We're going to do a special beer here. What this is a growler. This is a big growler. This is from Bull Bones Brewery, and they're a local brewery. I'm in Salem, Virginia. They're in Blacksburg, Virginia, up where Virginia Tech is at. And we have a beer festival up there every year called Brewdo. And I used to go up there, and y'all probably have seen some pictures of from me pouring. I used to go up there and work the festival. I either pour for one or two different breweries up there while we're up there. And the Brew Club, I'm in two of them. I'm in the Star City Brewers Guild, and I'm in the New River Valley uh, Beer Club. And they have a competition, and everybody that brews beers submit their beers in a competition for a prize, and the prize is the Bull Bones Brewery brews their beer if they're the winner. Well, Justin and Carrie are pretty damn good brewers. Good friends of mine. They live here in Salem, and Justin and Carrie brew some very tasty beers, and this is not the first time they've won. And they submitted their beer when we did the Brewdo last fall, and they won. And this is the beer. We had a little dinner up there last Friday, and they had brewed their beers, and Justin went up and gave him the recipe that he used. And what this beer is an oatmeal cookie raisin stout. Just the sound of that sounds awesome. And this beer is not a huge beer. It's like 6.7% or 6.9. It's not even up to 7%, but it was a very tasty beer. And we had dinner with the Brew Club there. There was about 20 or so people there from the Brew Club, and we went up and had dinner with them all, and had this beer. I had two of these while I was there, and took my growler up there with me to have it filled and bring this back. I normally do not do this. I only review beers, and I've had a lot of people say, I'm a home brew, would you review my home brew? Well, not a lot of reason for me to review home brews. Nobody can buy your home brews, so why should I review your home brew? I don't even review my home brews because nobody can buy them. I usually just review beers that the general public can buy, depending on where you're at. Now, a lot of beers are brewed locally, and they're only available locally. It's like this. And Bull Bones brews their own beers, and they're only available. They don't bottle anything. They're only available on tap at Bull Bones. And they have some great food up there, guys. They do some smoked chicken wing. They smoke everything. It is very tasty. If you're in the Roanoke, Blacksburg area, you hadn't been to Bull Bones, what the hell's wrong with you? You need to go by there and check out some of the beers. And they brew some seasonal beers. They usually have an IPA, the Lunch Pail, and their stout, and they have like 6 or 7 beers on tap year round. And then when they have these special competitions, like Justin won, and they brewed his beer, and he went up there, and this is his recipe, and they brewed it. And I want to review it. That's why I got the growler. This is a big 64-ounce growler. There's at least 4, if not 5 beers in this growler. So I told him that I would review it. And that's why I took the growler up there, and we're going to do that. Justin's a good friend of mine, him and his wife Carrie. They're some awesome brewers. So if you're in the vicinity of Roanoke, Salem, or Blacksburg, up where Virginia Tech is at, you can go by Bull Bones and you can sample this till they run out. I mean, they brewed 300 and some gallons of this. So there's quite a bit up there, and they're going to serve it until it's gone. But I was so impressed with it, and I knew it would be, because Justin knows what the hell he's doing. He's a great brewer. So we're going to review this. So if you're in the vicinity of Salem, Roanoke, Blacksburg, you can go to Bull Bones and you can have this on draft. Take your growler with you, because once you have it on draft, you're going to want to take some home with you, just like I did. So there is no ratings from Beer Advocate or Rate Beer on this beer, because it is a locally produced Brewdo winter beer, and it is there right now till it's gone. And then once it's gone, it's gone. It's done. It's done. So unless you know Justin and he'll give you the recipe or brew a batch for you, that's the only way you can get it. So it's like a little guy like myself, as a home brewer, has gone big time. He has made a beer, and Stone Brewery has done some homebrew competitions. It's like Sierra Nevada's Beer Camp and all that. It's just a way of the small-time guy that's doing a home brewer that's hit on a great recipe and knows what the hell he's doing, and has won a competition, and they brewed his beer to be commercially available. So we're going to get on with this one. So let's pop the cap on this growler. See what we get. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Look at the smoke. Ow, 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 ow. And that's an aggressive pour with this big, massive. Look at that. I just barely put a dent in it. And look at that head. Over 2 fingers of head on that beer. That is awesome. That is awesome. Over to the light, there is none. There is no light on this beer. And before all the damn carbonation escapes, I'm going to close this back up. If you're in the vicinity, you need to go to Bull Bones and get you a sample of this beer. If not, take a growler with you and sample the beer there on draft and take some home with you. Very awesome, very creamy, khaki colored head, oatmeal cookie Raisin Stout. The only way this beer could be any better if you bourbon barrel aged it. And they don't do any of that there. So if you got a little bourbon barrel keg, get you a growler or 2 or 3 and fill your keg up and set it away for a little while. Let it ferment and get some of that bourbon-esque taste in it. But I was so impressed with this beer that I took the growler just in case it was that impressive and brought some home. And I'm reviewing it. I told him I was going to review it. So Justin, this is for you, sir. Cheers to you and Carrie. Let's get a nose on this one. It's like somebody crumbled up a oatmeal cookie and sprinkled it down in there. I get the raisins, I get the oatmeal. I'm getting the stout qualities of this beer. I'm getting chocolate. I'm getting toffee and caramel. And this is not a big beer. Like I said, it's only about 6.7 or 6.9%, not up to 7%. So it's not something that's going to knock you on your ass if you drink 1 or 2 of them. You could have this and still function. I can't believe the raisins and the oatmeal come out so much in this beer. Wow. Well, let's give it a taste. Still after flapping my gums for that long and the awesome lacing that's left. Still about a finger of head on this one. And I picked this up. I'm reviewing this beer on Wednesday evening, and I picked this up on Friday evening. So it's been in the growler since last Friday. And it still has that carbonation. And of course, once you pop the cap on it, the air is getting in, and this will have to be drank in the next day or 2 or 3. Oh, the oatmeal and the raisins is coming just like I said, it's like you stuck a damn cookie up your nose. That is freaking awesome. I'm just as impressed tonight as I was last Friday when I had it on draft. If you've ever had an oatmeal raisin cookie, that's exactly what this smells and tastes like. It blows me away that they can reproduce this. It's like when Duclaw and Terrapin does their peanut butter stouts, that they can get the peanut butter and the chocolate, it's like a Reese cup in a glass, that they can produce this beer that has all them qualities in there. I'll get the oatmeal, I'll get the raisins, I'll get the cookie. Nice sweet. Not overly sweet, perfectly balanced. No booziness whatsoever. If you had a plate full of oatmeal raisin cookies, that would be the perfect pairing for this beer. Or after dinner as a dessert beer. This would be perfect. This would be freaking perfect. Look at the lacing on the glass. Incredible. I review beers every day, guys. And I have some stouts that does not produce that kind of lacing on the glass. I mean, it's every sip leaves a ring. Awesome. Awesome. Justin, you got it figured out on this one, guy. This is a very, very tasty beer, and I understand why you won the competition. I understand if I was a judge in that competition, which I am a judge in some competitions, why you won this one. This is awesome. I mean, it's exactly what you say it is. Oatmeal cookie raisin stout. The stout qualities are there. The raisins are there. I'm getting that. I'm getting the dark fruit. I'm getting the oatmeal. I'm getting the cookie. I'm getting everything you intended this beer to be. And this is the first time that it has been brewed in this magnitude. Now, he's done small batch versions as a home brewer, but this is the first time it's been brewed in that magnitude, 300 and some gallons at a time, and it come out very, very well. I have a rule, guys, when I'm reviewing beers or drinking beers, I never drink the same beer twice in the same day. And when I went up there for the dinner, I drank 2 of these. I broke my rule. I drank 2 of these with my dinner. I drank one before dinner, and then I had one during dinner of the same beer. I never do that. It was that tasty. So if you're in the area, you need to go by Bull Bones and try the beer. Take your growler with you, because once you try it, you're going to want to bring some home, just like I did. All right, guys, we're going to take it back. We're going to take it back, and I'm going to sip all of this. I'm going to pour another. I'm going to fill this glass up, and I'm going to pour her a glass of it, because we're going to need to drink this in the next day or 2 or 3 before it loses its carbonation and gets all that air down. And the air is a bad thing for beer, just like light is. And that's why when you rent a keg, if you're drinking macro lagers and you have that little air pump in there, you need to drink all that beer that night, because once you pump all that air in there, that beer is going to go flat and it's going to taste like doo-doo the next day. If you got a CO2 system and you're pumping that beer in and out of the keg with, that beer is going to keep for a long, 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 long time. So all these keg parties you go to and you see that little hand pump on there, that's pumping air into that keg. You better drink it all that night, because the next day it's going to taste like doo-doo. Alright guys, I'll be right back. We'll do the final chug and grade on this one, but it's pretty freaking awesome. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here and about a half a growler left here, so we're going to have to drink this stuff up the next day or two. Now that it's warmed up, the cinnamon, the oatmeal, and the raisins are just poof, off the chain, guys. Wow. Wow. The only way this could be better was to be bourbon barrel aged. Final chug. Such an easy drinking stout. Wow. And as it warmed up, the cinnamon really became more pronounced. The oatmeal, cinnamon, toffee, caramel, hints of dark fruit. Wow. Justin, Carrie, this is a winner. You need to keep this recipe on hand. I would love to brew this beer one time. Or maybe even twice if it turned out as good as this. This is very tasty, very tasty. And like I said, guys, if you're in the Roanoke, Blacksburg area where you can get the Bull Bones and try this, it's on tap right now. I doubt, as tasty as this beer is, I doubt it's going to be on tap very long. Those 300 gallons are going to run out pretty quick because I brought a gallon home with me. Very tasty, very, very tasty, guys. As far as I'm concerned, like I said, it's not on Rate Beer or Beer Advocate. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a 10 beer. For an oatmeal cookie raisin stout, it doesn't get any better than this. It's got everything that the name calls for. It's got the oatmeal, it's got the raisins, it's got the cookie. It is definitely a stout. It's a dark black beer. The cinnamon is there. It's perfect. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's a 10 for me, guys. So if you're in the vicinity of Salem, Roanoke, Blacksburg, go buy Bull Bones and get your growler of this before it's gone, because it's definitely worth picking up. It's tasty. Alright guys, we're out of here on this one. Let me know if you've had this, or if you're in the vicinity where you can go pick one of these up from Bull Bones. It's worth the trip. Even if you're not in the vicinity, it's worth the trip. Alright guys, we're out of here. Let me know if you've had it. Let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.